are back. It's going to be semi-final action. We got Waste Station that we just saw on stream versus We Get Wiped. Oddball is our first match of the night in this semi-final. We Get Wiped. Unfortunately, their opponents had to go forfeit as Snoop was over on the COD Bravo stream, reverse sweeping to get his way into the finals. So this is going to be their first match of the night on the stream. They're going to be live, and they're going to be coming up against the juggernauts that are Waste Station, who we just saw 3-0 old guys the old guys very quickly.
Yeah, no, that was definitely a quick one. I was only here for one map, and probably was about 10 minutes, so we're looking right off the rip. I mean, We Get Wiped is looking pretty solid thus far, shooting pretty straight, if I had to say so myself. And I mean, this happened while we weren't live, as we were loading into the first lobby. All the fans missed a 0-0 tie before this round.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I was the top performer on the squad. I will take a bow very briefly on the
Yeah.
You can't see because I did so amazingly in that match. I definitely destroyed Prufio with my incredible 0-0 scoreline.
Yeah, not even just that, but you guys were in a 3v8 too. Like, it was one heck of a matchup.
Oh, absolutely. As well. I mean, we'll pay attention to the actual match that's going on now. The oddball will get picked up by the side of Waste Station. Emperor's going to have the sniper in his hands, trying to dodge out. It's going to be, oh, he's going to get stuck. That was a great nade thrown by Zyre over the top. Is able to pick him up. We Get Wiped is going to be a squad we're going to be seeing for the first time as they go 4 down right here. It will be Orbit OD, Snagu, Scoopy, and Emperor as they're working their way here over towards the outside. Prufio is going to be the first player up against Orbit. Snagu is going to have to follow up, trying to follow up with his teammate, and gets the sniper instead. Knows Alex is on top of that scoreboard. He's trying to get a shot on him.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, that is definitely, after getting stuck with that nade, that's a controller breaker, 100%. But, you know, I like this. I like what We Get Wiped is doing here. I mean, they're just hanging around enough to where Waste Station can't comfortably hold the ball for a long period of time. While they do have the lead, it hasn't been a comfortable lead. I wouldn't be surprised to see a We Get Wiped get, you know, 3 or 4 down and get some time on the ball here soon.
Yep, Zyre is going to drop out. That is actually going to be 3 down for Waste Station here, so this should be some ball time going to the side of We Get Wiped if they're in a position to really be near it. Unfortunately, the ball is actually out over here by the scoreboard. Not in a great position for their team, as Snagu and Scoopy are going to be the last ones alive. As they're going to toss the nade up, the ball will be rotated back by the side of Waste Station. So the ball kind of moving away, and that's what... Oh, that nade is able to pick that one up, actually.
Yeah, I think the nade went off before he hit the shot, and I think the shot was the final kill. I think he was close enough to where it did enough damage, so it was just an easy headshot for Waste Station's player there. But it does look like Prufio's going to grab that sniper, and that... Oh, he's actually going to drop it right off rip. And, I mean, We Get Wiped, who's going to have some ball control here in a pretty good position to where they can reset it if they are to get in trouble. So... I mean, if you're a Waste Station right now, you're in the perfect setup right now to really rack up some time here.
Yep, Snagu unfortunately in a position where everyone was closing in from literally every single direction. They're going to toss the ball off, get that reset. Zyre's going to pick the sniper up, and he's going to get the ball as well. He's going to be dragging it back towards teammates here. The teammates will be picking it up for Raider J. 7-4 right now, is trying to find one on towards Snagu. Will succeed. Prufio's 10-5, and the slaying very one-sided, it looks like, on the board right now.
Yeah, Prufio is just going huge for Waste Station right now. And I mean, you know, Raider J just must have been a running back in high school, because the time with the ball in his hands has been quite a lot compared to just about everybody else in the matches. And We Get Wiped, though. They are grabbing those power weapons, unlike what we saw in the first match, and they do have the active camo set up here in the middle with the ball around sniper towers. So we could see some major time racked up here, as middle is basically cut off by active camo here.
Yep, Emperor's going to be up top. He's going to have that ball. I think he had a sniper as well that he just briefly saw there. As the shots are going to come out, Zyre's going to go down. So is Faux Raider J. Prufio's going to pick up the trade. And it's going to be Alex M and Prufio heading in towards this. The ball will get tossed off the map and reset. Currently, Waste Station still holding a lead. It's about 10-13 points right now, as they are going to pick up this ball, and they should be able to pull it back in the direction they want. The fight's going to be out in the open field. It's going to be Orbit OD, gets dropped by Alex M. Alex M looking for the second. A teammate's going to be there to help out. He has to turn intention now on towards Emperor, and he's going to eat that nade. As it's going to be just 2 players up on the map. The ball will get taken away, though, and honestly, We Get Wiped is pushing through this very nicely.
Listen, I'm loving this. I'm loving this everybody's got to eat vibe we're getting from this match. Everybody's getting these traded kills. Nobody's able to hold this ball comfortably. We Get Wiped is hanging around here. You know, like you said, they're playing the juggernauts right now. You're talking about a team who hasn't dropped the map yet this season. So, you know, for them to come out and be holding the ball for as long as they are, I mean, you've got to be happy with how you're playing right now.
No, definitely. I mean, it might reach a point where time becomes a factor, and right as I say that, actually, all 4 are going to go down from the side of We Get Wiped. That's going to be some free ball time here. Alex M is going to pick this up. You can see Raider J's in mid for the cutoff. Prufio's working around the back, and Zyre's going to be the first contact here. He's going to catch all these players, and this is just a stalling action. There's only 13 seconds needed with the ball here. They're going to find 2 kills here. Alex M, the ball carrier, did go down. The heat wave will be picked up. You're going to see Scoopy, last one alive, unfortunately, from his team, is going to get a huge kill there to stay alive. But Zyre's going to drop down and pick that one up. And this probably will be the round. I don't think anyone from the side of We Get Wiped is going to make it here in time.
Yeah, spawned out a little too far.
Oh, wait a second.
And they, I guess Way Station felt they needed to draw. It's not going to matter in the end. But, you know, Scoopy almost got there in time in order to get that kill and, you know, maybe change that entire outlook of the map. I didn't really see why the ball went off. I thought that guy was going to be able to live long enough to hold on to the ball for that 1 second, but if he thought otherwise, I mean, for sure, man. You do you.
I think he just mistimed it, honestly. I think that he figured the tick would go through before he died, and the tick did not go through before he died. And it was a little bit of an awkward situation there for a moment, but for the start off the rip here, it's going to be 3 kills in favor of the side of Way Station to start this one off, and they're going to pick up the ball, so the first 13 seconds go in their way. Snagu, somehow someone's looking up in his direction, and Snagu's just eating shots from below there.
Yeah, I mean, definitely not the start that you want as We Get Wiped. They are going to start picking up some kills here, but they did go 3 down right off rip. For the first ball control, and they are able to get it, and they are working their way back and able to play that protection spot here for Scoopy, and he's playing it very well. He hasn't given up any space for Way Station just kind of take control, and if he can pick up the second, and he does, so Way Station's going to go 2 down. It's going to make it pretty difficult for this ball control to leave We Get Wiped, as they're going to spawn B side, and everybody's going to know. So, and he's going to be able to pick up a third. Scoopy, oh my goodness, he might be, after this round, he might want to go back to the doghouse like Snoopy, if you know what I mean, man. Like, that is one heck of a job by him there.
Yep, Raider's going to pick up that back smack there, and he does know there's a player above him. The ball is going to drop off the side, and Snagu is going to die, so the ball will get reset here. We are going to see the players working their way. Camo's going to be coming up in about 20 seconds. There's going to be 2 players here in front of Raider, who's going to pick up one, and I'm not exactly sure what happened there with the nade, but he does end up repulsing it away from him. As honestly, my brain cannot process that stuff fast enough. Like, if the nade's coming, like, I know players can repulse the nades back, but, like, I cannot register. I'd be like, the nade, the first thought is just, oh no. And then I start putting in inputs, so it never works for me.
And maybe this is why I'm a bronze player, man, but anytime I see a nade come to me, the first thing I do is just start jumping out of just pure fear. To be quite honest, up until this moment, I didn't know you could repulse a grenade. I also just found out that you can grapple a gun or an active camo towards yourself if you line it up correctly, and I still have yet to perfect that.
Yep, I mean, it does require you to stand still, basically, because if you're in motion, probably not going to work. But here, I mean, here we go. I mean, this is the first time we've really seen We Get Wiped with a substantial lead here. They're going to be up 30 points, and they're going to pick up the ball carry as well. Prufio will drop. There's going to be no one really here from Way Station except for Raider J, who's going to be weak, and he's going to be shut down immediately by Snagu. So, I mean, the players are all coming in from the fields here, and, well, he's just going to get absolutely run over.
Yeah, and I mean, not only are we seeing We Get Wiped finally out to a really, really strong lead, but I think this is really the first time we've seen Way Station kind of in this kind of predicament where they got to play down. And I mean, We Get Wiped is just kind of taking control of this second round here. And I mean, if things keep going the way that they're going right now, Scoopy just going absolutely huge for the team. I mean, we could be seeing a round 3 here in Oddball, but I'll knock on wood for We Get Wiped's sake.
Yep, I mean, you are talking about a team that has not dropped a map this season, so I mean, we have no idea how close they've been to dropping a map. But I mean, yeah, you can probably guess these guys are not very used to playing down. I mean, they've been put in a position where the side of We Get Wiped has actually done a fantastic job of fielding these cutoffs. Really just doing a great job and just like maintaining positions. That's going to be 3 down actually from Waystation though. The ball will get reset, but We Get Wiped only needs 9 more seconds. And you're going to have Alex M running away with that ball off the rip, trying to stay alive with that. He's being chased down by Orbit. He gets around the corner actually, and then fails the mantle. So unfortunately he does go down. But I mean, We Get Wiped. Looking at the round right now, they are significantly behind if they're looking at a chance to take this one.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, this is exciting to see if you're looking for a long match. I mean, We Get Wiped is hanging around. I mean, they're not looking like the ones getting wiped right now, and it's good to see after Waystation's dominance all throughout today thus far.
Yeah, well, Scooby's going to hang on to that ball, and that is going to be the round. So We Get Wiped is going to pull it back. They're going to take round 2. They're going to tie this one up, and we're heading to a decider round 3. We Get Wiped putting on a solid performance here right off the rip. I mean, they just played that second round really well. The Snag is going to go for that hop up. Unfortunately, doesn't get it. Has to melee out of frustration, but I appreciate the attempt there. As the nades initially going to fly out, it's going to be a couple kills, and he's going to somehow kill Prufio there. As Prufio's ducking away, but Prufio was able to secure a kill with that snipe as well. But off the rip, We Get Wiped is going to have the ball and the team pressure on the map. Bazaar's going to come in from the back, does get melee down though, and the nade comes in and Orbit's body just flies.
Yeah, I mean, definitely, if you're We Get Wiped, you are in a really good position. You have the ball back towards Sniper Tower. It's in a vulnerable position to where Waystation really can't capitalize on this timing just yet. I mean, I'm definitely curious to see where these spawns come in. The one thing We Get Wiped did very well last round was they were able to control those power weapons. They had Heat Wave just about every time we saw somebody, and they also had Active almost every time we saw somebody. So curious to see what they're able to do here. They did lose the first round of Actives, so you know, if they're looking to do what they did last round, they're definitely going to want to play for that Active a little bit more this round.
Yep, you do see the sniper getting picked up as well. They've been able to really deny that from Prufio pretty well so far in this map. So looking to see them continue to do that, maintain that sniper control. For the time being, the ball has been pulled away by the side of Waystation. I want to say for the first time, they're playing like a little frantically. You can kind of see them like running around the map a little more. They're not, I want to say, as coordinated or playing off of each other as easily as they were before. And I think it's just a matter of like they are now behind and they know that the pressure's on them. For it is like forcing their hand a little bit, I guess you could say right now. So you do see them kind of separated a little more. They are taking the gunfights, and like it worked against old guys, but you can see the chows that they are doing against old guys are not working here against We Get Wiped. Actually, I read as I say that We Get Wiped go 4 down. So maybe it does work, and I'm just completely out of my mind.
But like you were saying, man, they weren't playing the same way they were the first round here, and you know the last round where they were playing for those trades. They were picking up each other's corners and everything. You know, that was something We Get Wiped was doing very well last round. And, you know, I understand if you're Waystation not dropping a map all season, you know, playing a little frantic at the beginning, but eventually you got to come to the point of where it's like, okay, I can't solo chow this, I can't solo chow that, pick up my trades, play with me here. And they're definitely kind of finding their stride again here as they take a nice little 37-point lead, 42-5 in the favor of Waystation.
Yeah, well, the awkward part of that is they weren't actually able to capitalize off of it. I mean, the camo's going to go down up top mid, but they had 4 down, and they just kind of ran away from the ball. They didn't actually go anywhere near it. They did try to get the map control, but it ended up being We Get Wiped, spawning closer to the ball instead. Alex M is going to be super weak, trying to play around with Orbit here, because I think he might just glitched, or maybe I just lagged. That might have been just observer lag there. But Alex M is going to pick this ball up, try to run it back towards the tower. They've been, like, no one wants to take the ball anywhere else, it seems like, which, to be fair, on this map, I think is the correct choice because it's just so chaotic if you take a garage. But this is going to be 50-5 right now. The map has been crossing. Going to be a 50-point lead here for the side of Waystation as the ball control is going to remain up towards top tower. And Prufio is going to get cut off in mid. The ball's going to go off the edge, and that'll get reset.
Yeah, and I mean, We Get Wiped's got a couple guys down there. If they can win these opening gunfights, the only one they really got to worry about is Alex Wonderland here. And he's going to pick up one. They're going to reset it yet again. And, I mean, you got to get this guy in the back, and they do. So, I mean, We Get Wiped's able to reset here a little bit, hopefully win this opener, and they do. You know, right now it's looking good for We Get Wiped to start racking up some time in this.
Yep, trade's going to come through. Emperor's going to pick up one, and then he picks up the second, trading out his life. The ball is going to be secured by Orbit OD, as you're going to have Scoopy pushing forward. He's going to find one. He's got 3 players in front of him, actually. As the players are kind of distracted, he's going to trade there, as they're trying to pick up that active camo. The ball will be in Orbit OD's hands. Going to be up top right now, as they're slowly making their way into this. They're down 40 points right now, which is a significant amount, but if they can maintain these control and maintain the cutoffs that they need here, because right now it doesn't look like Waystation has really been in a great position to break through this. You will see Alex M getting through with the camo up top. Should be able to sneak up right behind him. He's going to miss the pistol, actually, and will get to go down as a result. It's going to be just Zyre on the map. And again, the control is maintained by We Get Wiped here.
Yeah, I mean, it's looking good. They just have this set up so well to where, I mean, worst case scenario, Waystation's just, or We Get Wiped's just going to have to toss the ball off the map, which, I mean, in reality is not worst case scenario because you are back within 2 points in this game. And if Scoopy does get the trade, and it looks like Waystation's going to be spawning on ball, which could be the death sentence to We Get Wiped's hopes for taking this map 1, but I'll tell you what, with how this match has been going, I won't be surprised to see We Get Wiped get ball control back, and I mean, we're going to get a ball reset here, and 2 down go for Waystation, and look at who's the first to the ball. It's We Get Wiped. We are going to have a absolute barn burner here at the end of this match.
Raider picked up a triple and wasn't able to pick up the 4th one as Snagu came through, but Snagu is going to drop. There's going to be 4 down once again. Ball control in the favor of Waystation as they're looking to maintain this and just continue to rack up the points. They're past 80 now, and they're actually going to play this garage. They're going to live for this chaos as the nades are going to start flying out. The push is going to be coming in from the side of We Get Wiped. Scoopy with the heat wave in hand is going to be trying to put the shots in here towards Alex. He's going to connect nicely with that one, and that's a beautiful connection there. Looking towards Zyre. There's no reset here at the very end, so he's going to try and take one with him. And actually, he's going to get the point off. The tick went through before they got to him.
The one thing I will say is We Get Wiped definitely was not outslayed in the first map. So, I mean, I really feel that this could go either way for either team. If they can shut down Prufio's been kind of the guy tonight. He's just caught fire very quickly. So, I mean, if they can shut down Prufio, you know, not let him get as much control as he's gotten before, I definitely see We Get Wiped just really contending for this first 1 to 50.
Absolutely. Oh, that was a great play from Prufio there onto Emperor, but Snagu was there to trade him out. Scoopy again is also, like, he was a standout performer, I think, on the first map. I don't know how he spotted that camo. I don't know if he actually spotted him or not, but he just kind of shot his gun and tagged the camo player. So I was impressed. I thought he had the eyes of a hawk, and then he ended up actually not knowing where the guy went. So I was like, okay, maybe it was it a fluke? I don't know. Doesn't matter, as they're all pushing on him now. That's a nice double shot. That's some nice coordination coming out of We Get Wiped there.
Yeah, and I mean, We Get Wiped just hanging around. That's all they got to do. I mean, last week we called a game where a team was up, I think, 40-26, and a team came back and won it 50-47, I think it was. But you know, if you're We Get Wiped, that's the one thing you probably don't want to do is go down 16, because then you really got to dig deep here. But you know, we're at I believe it is 6-8 right now.
Yep, it's gonna be 9. So a small lead here for Waystation. I mean, this early in the Slayer, it's not a huge deal. Easily comebackable. I mean, the camo gonna be 20 seconds. I feel like that camo, like Alex M had the camo for quite a while, and the new one's already coming up. So, but that was, oh, look at Scoopy there, picking up 2 kills as he just soars through the air.
Yeah, Scoopy's just, he's playing out of his mind right now, and same thing with Prufio. As he's able to pick up that trade, is he able to get the second one? He is, but it does get traded out, so the lead will remain at 4. And I mean, if you're We Get Wiped, you are just 1-4 down from tying this all up. And you know, the one thing you don't want to do is give up active camo, which they're gonna do, but they do spot him out, and he is very hurt. So it comes down to, and they do get the kill. So I mean, active camo is wasted. Not worst case scenario for We Get Wiped. Still within a 3-point range. I mean, if you're We Get Wiped, you're in a great position right now.
Yep, and the teammate help is going to come in there. Raider J is going to be kept alive by Zyre as he comes through. Prufio's 9-2 to open this one up, which is ridiculous. Emperor leading the way for his team right now at 6 kills as well. As you're going to see the players, I mean, it's just the kill feed is just lighting up blue now all of a sudden. It's going to be a 7-point lead. The trades are going to be there as well for the side of Waystations. Even when they go down, they take one with them. The lead has been increased to 7 now. You're going to have a 22-15 on the board. The side of We Get Wiped trying to slow down a little bit as they're trying to regroup here. And you're going to have, well, somebody's infiltrated the ranks. That's going to be Raider J gets dropped. As another one has been spotted, that will be Zyre and Alex M. Alex M goes down. Zyre's going to be the next one up and does get taken out. So there's some nice untraded kills there for We Get Wiped to kind of slowly bring this one back.
Yeah, I mean, if you're We Get Wiped, you're in a position where you kind of have to start playing a little bit more together, not taking on these one-on-ones, making sure that you get those trades and hope that you get a couple 2v1 situations like they're about to right here. And hopefully they're able to get Alex here, and they do. It is going to get traded, though. And, oh, did we just see the infamous trade of BR shots?
I believe that might have been what just happened. There was a lot of players coming in from the side as well, as it ended up being 3 down for everybody. So there's 1 player left on the match from each side. The guys are being a little lonely here. But at the end of the day, the kill lead is still up towards 7. Snagu's going to go down. That's 3 down for the side of We Get Wiped. They're able to trade 1 back. So they will keep the life lead at 7. Raider J is going to get shot in the back here, trying to stay alive. Gets around the corner after taking out Scoopy as well. Zyre's going to be there for the bait and switch. Picks that one up. And really, I mean, the team play of Waystation just continues to be impeccable, basically. These guys are everywhere. They're always there to help out somebody. And then you also just have the pure individual talent of a guy like Prufio, who's just, he's 14-5. Like, he's literally triple positive here, and this is semifinals.
Yeah, I told you that's the guy you don't want to let get hot in a map, and I mean We Get Wiped just not able to shut him down here just yet. I mean, again, it's still only a 10 kill lead. Yes, that seems extravagant, but if you can get a couple 2v1 situations, it's a whole different ball game. And I mean, they are able to trade it out. Lead still stays at 10 though. You know, if you're We Get Wiped, you kind of have to start grouping up, and you know, even if you get into some 4v2s, if you can get 2-for-1s, I mean, eventually the time's going to come when you can't go down, but I mean, they're just not able to even get trades right now, and Proofy is just, I don't even know how to describe it, man. He is just feasting right now. It is almost like Thanksgiving Day for this guy.
Yep, no, I mean, absolutely. I mean, we did just have Easter, so I mean, some people may have consumed turkeys on that day. You never know. He might have had a feast of his own, but Prufio is going to continue just going on a rampage. He picks up... How does he get 2 in that scenario? How does he get 2?
You gotta be kidding me. This is... This is just crazy out of Prufio. Is this man going to get a 4 right here? This man could get a 4 right here. He must... Oh... Scoopy is able to scoop him out there, but I'll tell you what, Prufio must have had a ton of Cheerios, because that man came out with some firepower.
I mean, the nice thing, if you look at the side of We Get Wiped, look at the consistent slaying all across the board. It's very pretty numbers, basically, because they were all 9s, basically, and the assists also have been solid. I mean, for Raider J, he's got 8 assists on the board right now, so he's definitely chimed in with the team shots. Alex M is going to have the camo, unfortunately not going to be able to capitalize on it, as he is going to go down. We're getting on board with Orbit, trying to just duck away and stay alive, but his shields recharge, unfortunately not going to get much of a chance, as the shots are going to come in. But I mean, right now it's a 10-point lead. Waystation only needs 2 more kills to take this, which means all they need to do is trade, and they'll be happy.
Yeah, I'll tell you what,
and that'll be it.
Yeah, I mean, if you're We Get Wiped, you know who their guy is. You know Prufio is their guy. He's been the guy who's been slaying, and when they keep him from slaying, you know, they took that map too.
We are back. It's a CTF. We finally got back in, so apologies for that delay, but we are back. Waystation's up 2-0. If you've missed the match, you've missed a heck of a series right now, as We Get Wiped has done a fantastic job so far of just staying in it, really, with the side of Waystation, considering how dominant Waystation has been over the course of the season. But I mean, CTF is going to be a long one, so you're going to have to strap yourselves in. This is going to take quite some time.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, though, that's a great start for We Get Wiped, being able to pick up the rockets. I don't think they were able to get the OS, but, you know, being able to get one of those power weapons is a huge deal, especially on this map, because this mid control, it proves of great worth whenever it comes down to the thick of things, whenever you're capturing that flag, whenever you're protecting your flag from being captured. So you know, for them to get that mid control right off rip is really good for we get wiped.
Yep, and that's going to be the shotgun handed over. Scoopy does pick up the rocket kill. He's going to toss out a couple nades over towards Zaire in that back library area. He's going to put some shots down, but again, neither team really making much progress on the map for the time being. I mean, you are going to see Waystation moving up. They are going to pick up some of the kills, and they will pick up the shotgun. So this is going to be the first major push we're going to see into a site. It's going to be, well, Alex is going to go down early. Prufio has snuck around the back here. He's trying to stay alive. I mean, well, he broke dishes or something there, I think it was. So I don't know if that made enough to sound alert than his presence, but the gun definitely does. As, I mean, shots are going to come through for Raider J. Was the other side of that push, two-prong push. Goes down, though, and Prufio, I believe, is still alive, but, well, still kicking.
And as beneficial as it is to have Prufio there in the back, you need your teammates to pick up their one-on-ones so you can really make a move towards that flag. But, you know, if you're Prufio, he did work his way back, but, you know, in that situation, you kind of want to work your way back a little bit, make sure your team resets. That way you can get a good charge at the flag. And just so we get wiped doesn't, you know, get a couple down and get an easy flag pull. But, you know, right now we're just kind of getting in that feeling out process, seeing what each other's playing styles are looking like. And I mean, we are going to get an OS pickup here by Waystation, which is good in their part, because they're getting a couple players weak here. And I mean, right now it's looking like they could have a charge at the flag as they have 2 down.
Yep, they're going to be in a pretty good position here as they're going to pick up 3. So 3 are going to go down. And while Raiders are going to pick up another one, so they're basically just clearing the way right now, going right into the base. They're going to come charging through. You're going to see Orbit is going to drop. On the other side, you're going to have Emperor here. He's going to also go down as well. Scoopy and Snagu are both spawning out, so this should be a flag pull for the side of Waystation. They're going to take it right towards the front door. It's going to be right where Snagu is. He's going to find one. He's going to be super weak and won't be able to pick up a second. So this is going to be Alex running this flag now farther. Orbit OD is going to be the next player up here, trying to play defense, but I mean, Zaya's going to be behind him. The rockets are going to be up. And, well, I mean, Orbit's probably about to eat a high explosive at close range here.
Yeah, but he is able to make sure that that the other guy goes down with the rockets. And I mean, right now, if we get wiped, you're holding on by the skin of your teeth. And unfortunately, they get it through those big doors. And it looks like we are going to get our first capture here at the 8-minute mark.
Yep, well, that'll be the first one thrown in. Alex M is going to run that through. That did take a significant amount of resources, though, honestly. That did dedicate so many players in towards the middle area. And, I mean, might be the counter here. As we get wipes, going to find 2. They're only going to lose 1 player themselves. As you're going to see, Scoopy picks up 1. Looking for the second here. Is going to turn on towards Zaire. Zaire, oh, that might have been an accidental friendly nade, but it doesn't matter. Orbit OD is going to win that fight. They're going to come flying out. Prufio is going to be the man standing, and he's going to win that gunfight because it is Prufio, apparently, and he wins everything. And the OS actually goes over Emperor there.
Yeah, they did get his trade there. And like you said, Emperor does pick up the OS. If we get wiped, this isn't worst case scenario. You know, you work your way all the way to their base. I mean, this is definitely doable here for we get wiped. You're only down 1 flag. You still got a lot of time left on the clock. You don't really have to start worrying on Bazaar until you hit about that 1 minute 30 seconds mark, somewhere around in that range. Especially on a map as slow as this, you can definitely get a slow build into their base and work that flag as slow as possible to the back.
Yep, I mean, they're playing, I mean, really, like, if you're only 1 flag down, if they make it to the 1 minute mark with 1 flag, only down 1, like, that's really not that bad. And this is going to be a push now. Waystation is going to be taking the position on the map. Zaire's going to get dropped up close. Scoopy's going to be looking for the second player. That's Alex M. He's going to be down low by the double doors as this push is coming through here. As you're going to see the
one thing I just noticed is Orbit is in the back. He does look to be near the flag, and he can get this flag pull. He's just going to kind of play this spawn a little bit, see what information he can get out, and hope his teammates can win these fights. And he's going to pull it, a nice little counter pull there from Orbit. I don't know how he snuck through, but he did get through, and this is going to be a big one-on-one fight with Zin, and he does get the win. So, I mean, if we get wiped, now it's just going to kind of be a battle of the mid here to see who's going to return their flag and who's not going to return their flag. So, the one guy you didn't want to have the flag in their hand was Prufio, and he's going to come up right behind Orbit, and it looks like they could get a return. It's going to be returned, I think, I don't think We Get Wiped has anybody nearby to get their flag, and they do not. And unfortunately, Snagu's not able to win that one-on-one, and Waystation gonna take this 2-0 lead.
Yep, no one's going to be in a position to stop that. The OS is just going to come up, but it's going to be grabbed immediately by Alex M. He's going to slam that one home. I mean, the fights happened at the very end. I think, the player that was last alive there needed to get a touch on the Waystation flag, but were unable to do so. And that is going to end up being a second flag. Oh, Scoopy did not mean to do that, I bet. He's going to pick up the shotgun, though, as a result. We're working out towards the back. Emperor's going to be manned up. I mean, they did have a good push. They got the sneak around, and they were able to pull the flag out. Unfortunately, I think Prufio picked up a double kill in the middle of the map to open up the way to the We Get White base. And as a result of that was the reason why, basically, that flagpole ended up happening, going the other direction. I mean,
Yeah,
Prufio made a good play,
what.
too, because he just dumped it off in mid
Yeah.
and then went to go kill the guy.
Like, again, it comes down to some of those like one-on-one fights, and they just didn't go in the way of We Get Wiped. I mean, if they get Prufio there and return their flag, it's still a one flag game, and you're really not in that bad of a position. But now's kind of the time. There's only 5 minutes left in this. You kind of have to start panicking a little bit. You really want to get that one flagpole to really come back and get yourselves back in this game and send it to an overtime, or even win it in regulation.
Yeah, but unfortunately, Scoopy's just going to get absolutely flanked there by Faux Raider. Comes around the back. He's going to have the flag in his hands, but he is going to get taken down. It's going to be Orbit picking up a nice set of kills on the defense there, and will get this return as well. So you're going to hold off that push, and it's just going to be 2 down. So right now, still doable. You got 4 minutes on the clock, and still a fair amount of time. Rockets are going to be coming up soon, as well as the OS. So that should give the power weapons on the map. And if you're the side of We Get Wiped, you definitely have to secure these this time. And that's a great set of shots from Snagu. Picks up both Prufio, and Zyre is unable to get out. Scoop is the last one alive from his team, actually. And he goes down, and this is probably going to open up another cap unless the players are able to respawn in time.
Yeah, I mean, even if it doesn't result in another cap, that's just more power weapons and power supplies for We Get Wiped. Waystation gets the OS. Prufio's sitting at 23. I mean, if you're We Get Wiped, you're really going to start sweating here, because you only got 3 minutes and about 3.5 minutes to get 2 flag captures, which, I mean, against Waystation, the way it looks, it's not promising.
Yeah, well, I mean, they were able to get a pull, which was a pretty good start, to be fair. The Scoopy's going to be ducking around the back here. He is going to be popping out the side. These shock grenades are going to come up. There's going to be a nice weapon to throw. He doesn't end up actually using it over to his Faux Raider, but he gets a nice set of shots there on towards Prufio. That's going to be all down, as well. They're going to be spawning up in the back of the base, so you're going to see the map position here. We Get Wiped needs to get closing in, and that's going to be a great start, finding Alex M. And just Scoopy has to pick up these kills here. These are going to be so important, getting these one-on-ones. We're down to 3 minutes. He's going to find it.
But none of his teammates are there to pick up the trades, and there goes Proofy with 2 again. But they do get the rockets. They're gonna get this flagpole. We Get Wiped still alive here.
Yep, I mean, that was a great play. Emperor coming in at the last second. Was able to get it off. He's going to toss the flag out. And he doesn't actually get it on the jump, and he's got no ammo in the rocket launcher either. So he's going to have to grab this flag. That's going to be a nice play on the move. I honestly, I could probably never do that. He's actually going to leave it behind again. He's going to miss the grapple that time. But he should get this now. I do believe... Did you throw it in the ceiling again? Like,
I'll tell you what,
the poor man is trying here.
Shaq making his way back into the Halo, capture the flag on Bazaar, man. I'll tell you what, I've been blocked by those arches more times than I think Shaq has in his career.
Well, I mean, it is going to be 2-1. We're down to the last 2 minutes, so they're making this close. It is definitely within reach. Orbit OD is trying to save off, once again, another push. I feel like Raider J is almost always in the base. If he's not in the middle of the map, he's just in the back of your base. Like, you have to always pay attention for him. Prufio's going to get dropped. Prufio's at 28 and 16 right now.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, We Get Wiped starting to pick up some momentum. You're not down 2 anymore. You're right there with them in the thick of things. So, I mean, another set of 4 down, and We Get Wiped gets another flagpole. It's going to come down to these last power supplies of who wins the battle for them. And if We Get Wiped can get both, I think they could get this other flagpole.
Yep, well, Emperor is trying to play defense here. The push is coming in. There's going to be 2 players in his vicinity, and there's actually one right on top of him. He's trying to figure out where this guy is. Of course, it's Raider J. Zyre's actually going to pick up 2 kills. That's going to be huge. That's going to be a flagpole here. The players are dropping down. Scoopy's going to be the last one alive, and he's going to be out of the middle of the map. He's trying to get into this engagement with Alex M. He's going to pick that one up. He's going to just charge into the base right now.
This is a great play. This is a great play out of Scoopy.
Yeah, no, he has support too. He has a teammate here. Snagu. Okay, I said he has support. Snagu just died, so unfortunately, the support's not exactly coming. He's gonna end up spotting, but I mean, Orbit's able to pick up one player that was the flag carrier, so they are gonna stop this flag, and they should be in a good position actually to countercap this.
Yeah, even if they don't get this flagpole right off rip, I mean
Here you go.
Never mind. They're going to get this flagpole right off rip. And, I mean, they're going to have to bounce on this because there's only 20 seconds left. But I think they are spawning out.
That nade kill right there, I think, was absolutely massive.
That could be the end. And, I mean, it looks like we get wiped realizing that their season is going to come to a close. Not enough time to get to the back to get a flagpole. And Waystation, find a way to stay perfect. And, I mean, whenever I say find a way, they